warmly welcome all of you. We warmly welcome all of you, our brothers and sisters from around the globe. OnPassive family, a great family that we are in. And we just want to appreciate every one of you for taking this time to join us. I know some of you in the midnight hour and it's your bedtime, but you showing sacrifice and joining us. Thank you very much for that. And I want to welcome all our Papua New Guinean families right around the country, from the highlands to the lowlands, to the coast and the islands. And we just want to welcome all of you, Papua New Guinea, and our guests. If you're tuning in and sitting in with the relatives, founders around the country, welcome, lo Olgata. Mitok, thank you, lo yupla kisim sila time, lo come in. Yes, this la business, mipla like sharing one time you. Name lo sila business, OnPassive, one pla company, kirap, one pla information technology company, start na launch yet, close to time by mipla launch. So you come in lo this la time, na you harem this la presentation where guest speaker blo mipla, Mike Ellis, and by present him. Time you harem na you kiss him information, na you can think him, scale him live blue you, na you pili mo sem eminap long you join him, na you like join him, and you can ask him this la man or Mary founder, and me invite him you long this la business meeting. So me welcome him you pla Olgata. Thank you Lord joining me Lord this la abinun time. Name blow me David Bakau. Me join him this la business long 2019 September, or some now I'm 2 year now. Me stop inside la business launch it. As all me look sawe long vision dreaman long man me kirap in this la business. CEO blong me plan name blong Ash Mufara. Me stop long US na me kirap in this la business. Me join invite him plenty man Mary. You look him all gata stop lo here lo screen around the world. Me plus stop lo 212 countries. Na last week that's all me pla abrusim mark blow 1 million founders all money looking dreaman a vision now joining this business. So me hope some you can come in now you one pla man or Mary you got dreaman long come up in good plus something life blue na life blow nar pla line this business employ you. So me talk no gonna talk plenty by me pass him go long presentable pla. I just want to welcome everyone and thank you once again. Mike Ellis, our presenter for this afternoon, this evening, this morning. Thank you very much, Mike. You know, when I joined 2 years ago, you welcomed me and you did a video and you made a shout out to Papua New Guinea when I joined in September of 2019. And your videos, we got a lot of information from your videos that encourage us and explain the business to us, and a lot of Papua New Guineans went on to YouTube to see and watch your videos and got information from there, and they were encouraged and inspired. Nancy Yangavi was one of them. So that's how we came in, and we are so delighted and honored to have you here once again tonight. We know you have been with the company for a while, and it's about 3 years now for you, I think. And yeah, we have built a lot of good friends along the way, and the journey has been inspiring. So we are motivated, and we are here to hear what you're going to present to us. Thank you, Mike. So I'll pass it over to you. You go ahead and you share and take us through the journey. You've been here for nearly 3 years now. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I remember when you came in, David. I remember it very, very well. And when the light went off in your head, I mean, you took off like a rocket, like nobody I've ever seen take off. So Papua New Guinea, you and Papua New Guinea have just done marvelous things, and yeah, it's been really, really fun to watch. Did you want me to do a presentation tonight, David, or just chat?
You can chat and share your experience and share what OnPassive is going to do for us as founders, and even people coming in as a customers.
So I'll just chat a little bit. I mean, if you want a presentation later, I can do that, but we'll just chat for right now. Yeah. When I think about OnPassive and how people perceive and look at OnPassive, a lot of people come in and they look at OnPassive and they put OnPassive in a bubble, as if OnPassive is like everything else that is out there, everything that they've seen. They are the normal that's out there. And when we look at OnPassive, even in the very, very beginning, when Marty Dan and I met Ash Mufareh was never in a bubble. He was always thinking outside the bubble, which was very, very refreshing for Marty Dan and I as we entered OnPassive. And David, you're the same way. As you came in and you saw what this company was doing, it was something different. There was no bubble involved. And as we look at OnPassive and where they've come in the last 2.5 years, and the ability to do what Ash and OnPassive have done, it's a reality today. And as we look at OnPassive, and we're getting very, very close to the global launch of OnPassive, and I know the founders here know that, but the new people might not know it. You're not going to have the drudgery of waiting for OnPassive to develop, get all the products out there, and all the growing pains that OnPassive had. Today, we are there. It is a reality. It is getting ready to launch. And the new people that are here, the most dynamic thing that OnPassive has done, in my opinion, has developed a system that will actually go to work for each and every one of us that are here. And, you know, Marty and I, we've been online for probably 15 years or so, even though we only look 13 or so. But when we saw what Ash was doing, it really was remarkable. We were actually able to come in, talk to people, and we absolutely knew that if they came into OnPassive, they would be successful. And today we're so close to the launch. Those individuals that are coming in now, you're so fortunate, because this is going to happen very, very quickly. And when I talk about OnPassive going to work for us, OnPassive is going to do some extraordinary things the first year they're in business. And my feeling for all the founders in OnPassive, those individuals that come in and participate with OnPassive, at the end of a year's time, you will not have to worry about finances. And again, this is something Ash Mufareh had planned to develop in OnPassive, and he did it, and he did it better than anybody I've ever seen do it. And it's so unique to be able to come to Papua New Guinea, halfway around the world. And it is a place I will visit when we launch. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful country there. I know that. But how many companies can you come in and talk to brothers and sisters around the world and know when you talk to them, they will be successful? And it really doesn't matter what's in your mind, what number you have in your mind, whether it's 500, 1,000, 5,000, 50,000, it doesn't matter. Because OnPassive is developed the way it is, because it has longevity, because it will be here for a very, very long time, all of us are going to have the ability to come in, develop that income, develop the residual income, and then build wealth online. And people that don't know OnPassive, when I tell them, you know, David and his group will change Papua New Guinea financially, they kind of look at me a little strangely, but I know that's going to happen because of OnPassive, because of what Ash and his team have done, and the amount of people that are coming in from Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea, the economy there is going to change. And I don't really know what the picture is going to look like in a year or 2 years. I think it's going to be even better than I can imagine. And I've got a pretty big imagination. But what it's going to be doing for everybody that comes in, participates with OnPassive, it's going to be amazing. I've been in positions in my life where I didn't have to worry about finances. And it's a really, really good place to be, because you can focus on the important things in life. And money, we need it. We have to have it just to live. I mean, it's part of life. We can't get away from it. But when that part of life is taken care of, now you can start thinking about friends, family, community, those individuals that might need your help. And not only in Papua New Guinea, but around the world. I think OnPassive, the impact they're going to have, it truly is going to be dramatic. And a lot of people that thought help would never come, it's just around the corner. And I know Ash is going to have some stuff for us in the coming week. So get ready. We're right at that point where you're going to understand that in a very, very short period of time, and I'm not talking months and months and months, I'm talking pretty dang quick. OnPassive is going to go into that global launch, and that first year having 100 million customers coming in, and I think it'll be more than that. When you start to look at those numbers, and I've looked at them extensively, guys, we're in a great place. Everybody in OnPassive, I believe, those finances, they're just going to be taken care of. David, I'll hand it back over to you. I can go on for a couple hours if you want me to, but I'll hand it over for right now.
You can continue, Mike. It's all yours. You can continue and share. Keep on talking about what the products can do. If you can share a little bit on the products, what sort of products we have, and what they can do, so that our people here, most of them are trying to understand
Okay.
how he's going to make money. You know. That's,
okay. Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about the products, David, but I'll talk a little bit how we're going to make money first. What is OnPassive going to do for us? Yeah. As we look at OnPassive, and really this is the genius behind OnPassive and Ash Mufareh. As we come in and participate with OnPassive, OnPassive is literally, I mean, literally going to go to work for each and every one of us. They're going to build an automated marketing platform. They're going to hook it up to AI, which is artificial intelligence. That makes it 100% automated. As they do that, they're also going to start driving traffic and bringing customers in. And Ash Mufareh is a genius about driving traffic. And all that is getting good qualified eyes in front of the products. Customers will come in, they'll see the products, love them, they'll buy them, and then use the products. And during this whole process, OnPassive is going to manage all of this. For the new people here, OnPassive AI IT company, artificial intelligence, informational technology company, and they're going to use all the tools of OnPassive to go to work for us, build that platform, drive people into the platform. And as customers land underneath us, that's how we get paid. It's a lot like a commission sales individual. You go out, you make a sale, $100, you make 10%, you make $10 on that. But what's really unique about OnPassive is the sheer volume that's going to be coming in. Number one, you have to understand it's 100% automated. You have to understand that OnPassive is going to do the work. They're going to go to work for us. And then you have to understand just how good the products are. I've had the opportunity over the last probably month and a half to talk to some technicians that have come into OnPassive. And these individuals, they know the online ecosystem. They know the products that are there. And as they look at the products of OnPassive, it's just really amazing to listen to them talk. And when I talk to them on the phone, all I do is listen, because they are so excited about the products of OnPassive and the amount of volume that's going to be coming into OnPassive off of these products. And we can talk about the Zoom that we're doing today. It is a webinar platform, and Zoom is one of the big guys on the block. They do about $139 billion in revenue a year, I think. And I've been corrected on my numbers lately, so I'm not quite sure how much they do, but it's a lot. And as I talk to these technicians, and this will just give you an idea of the amount of people that will be coming into OnPassive. Zoom has about 300 million participants a day. That's how many people come on and use the webinar platform of Zoom. And these technicians, very, very casually, they will tell me, I believe, because of the product that OnPassive has, what they're doing, the language barrier that they break, they believe that 90% of the webinar market will come in and use the product of OnPassive. Now, when we think about that, we're talking about billions of dollars coming into OnPassive. And Ash has already told us that he's going to share the majority of the wealth with those individuals in OnPassive. This is one product. OnPassive has over 50 products and growing, and they're all superior at a lower price point. And when you start to think about one product bringing in billions of dollars, and the founding members of OnPassive, which is you and I, are going to participate in that and get the majority of that wealth, it really is extraordinary. And Ash has said he's going to share the majority of it. It's 52, 55, 60, 65% of the wealth coming in. So when we think about the products of OnPassive, proprietary, built from the ground up, built from his tech team in Hyderabad, India. They are the best. The technicians are the best of the best. The products are the best of the best. They are superior. And then Ash took it another step forward, and he made sure every product of OnPassive will be at a lower price point, will cost less than anything that is out there. And, you know, we're all pretty much the same around the world. If we can find a deal, a better product at a lower price, we're in. And Marty, Dan, and I, we've been using these products for the last 12 years. And they can be very, very expensive to use, especially the traffic side. When you're driving traffic, it can get very, very expensive to do that. But the value that Ash Mufareh is bringing to the world is extraordinary. And as Ash comes out and tells us some of the pricing that he's going to have, it's going to be amazing. If you could get all the products of OnPassive for, say, right around $300, when normally they would cost you probably around $10,000 to $12,000, how many people around the world are going to come in, use the products of OnPassive, and they're never going to leave? Why is that so important? You know, most of these products that people use online today, they use them month after month after month, and they pay a monthly fee. That is so important when we think about OnPassive. When the customers come into OnPassive and they pay a monthly fee, what does that do for us? It makes our income a residual income, okay? And when you've got 100 million or 110 or 115 or 120 million customers coming into OnPassive the first year, this isn't 10 years down the road, this is the first year, and they're paying that monthly fee, now our income becomes a residual income. But it's even better than that. Because of the volume that's going to be coming in, that income will grow weekly, monthly, yearly, every decade. And that gives us the ability to build tremendous wealth as OnPassive builds and grows throughout the months and years to come. So where we are in OnPassive is a very, very unique position. If you are new to OnPassive, if you're not in OnPassive now, you can come in, pay the $97 and become a founding member. What it does is it locks you into the company of OnPassive. It locks you into the pay structure of OnPassive. That last part's the most important part. And once you get there and you come in and you start to digest everything that's in OnPassive, you're going to understand that it really is a unique place to be. And where you're at is someplace I don't think you'll ever find again in your lifetime. Like I said, I've been doing this a very, very long time. I have never seen anything like this. And again, the most important thing for me is to be able to look anybody in the eye, and I don't care who you are, where you're from, I can look at you and I can tell you, you will make money. You will be successful with OnPassive. And I know that through the conversations we've had with Ash Mufareh, with his heart and his passion for people and what he wants to do around the world. Yes, Ash wants to build the biggest company that's ever been built. You all can, I can guarantee that. That's part of it, but it's a small part of it. The reason he wants to do that is to impact as many people as he can around the entire world. And OnPassive is going to be impacting people, not just the founders that come in, but after we go into the hard launch, there still will be an opportunity for people to come in and take care of that financial bottom line. So this opportunity, although today, the founding member, it's a very unique position, a very powerful position, because it does lock you into the company. It does lock you into the pay structure. But even after that, OnPassive is going to be touching lives, changing lives, and people will be able to come in and actually see a way forward to take care of those financial needs that we all have. So we're really in a dynamic position right now. In the next week, I recommend you come in, pay the $97, become a founding member, because in the next week, we are going to hear things from Ash that none of us have heard yet. And it's going to be a very, very exciting week. And as Ash comes out and starts to share a few of these things with us, we're also going to get a really good idea where we are, how far we have to go to the global launch of OnPassive. Now, I know David would love it to be another year because his team would be about 2 million people by then. But you're not going to have 2 years, David. I think within a short period of time, we're going to launch to the world. But again, launching to the world, it's not the end, it's the beginning. This is where the journey really starts. This is where people are really impacted. This is where the apples, which Ash likes us to use, it's money, starts to flow into our hands. And when that happens, that's when I'll get the opportunity to come over, visit Papua New Guinea, and see the sites, and hopefully do a little diving over there. I know you have some beautiful water off of Papua New Guinea, and believe it or not,
Yes.
I am looking forward to that, David.
Yes, Mike. We have very nice diving spots. Very nice diving spots here. So
Hopefully that covered enough, David. Obviously, we can get into any point you want to get into, but hopefully that gave them a little bit of idea what OnPassive is.
Thank you. Yes, most definitely.
Good.
You did very, very good. It's a sum up of everything that's happening. I'll just translate into Pidgin for our people here. Now, one thing you said, time spent on survival. You know, we all look for opportunities because right now we don't have a vehicle or something that will give us that time freedom and concentrate on building our dreams. And that opportunity was not available. And we have spent most of our lifetime looking for a way to make ends meet. And that was the reason I went online to look for a way to be able to sustain my family and myself. And then I came across OnPassive, came across Mati. This alone, OnPassive, will be able to take that, give people their time space so that they don't worry about looking for means to survive. Survival will now be like put aside, and they can now concentrate on their dreams. And because they will have the means to be able to concentrate and do that, instead of taking all their time making money just to spend it for food and clothing, just basic stuff and nothing extra to build on their dreams and what would want to do. So I believe what you mentioned there, time spent on survival will now be spent on building dreams is a reality now that OnPassive is bringing to us. So I just want to translate that and explain a bit into Pidgin for our people here. So Papua New Guinea, you may suppose you start long this webinar na you harem Mike emi tok long plenty something em tok this company emi internet online business where Yumi long PNG emi woklong kamin new plalo Yumi plenty blo Yumi join all business all MLM companies sampla blong all salim all products through long all websites blong all na Yumi join him na Yumi try long making money long display road. That's all long OnPassive company where by building all got something lo you. Time you pay him this registration fee below you now $97 plus $5 fee belong Visa debit. Suppose you using Visa. Total belong most close to 400 kina. This registration fee below you. Time you pay him this land you come up with some founder. Long this company OnPassive you by not making one work because all got something, all got a product and all engineers block company yet and building finish. Na you non up logo or some now you miss making some product can long this MLM company na mi goal can na you miss start long time long marketing na salim. This you non up making because company yet toka 100% automated. MOSM 100% company by making all got something below you and by working all got a work below you. You non up making one work. So you know nap lo hatok lo go na sit down long market na selling product. You know nap long hatok long apim phone na ringing all man, or you walk about go visiting one talk blue na you try selling product no got. This lam online system ya. Accompanied by marketing all got a product blue. Now you know nap lo go find him customer because accompanied by kiss him all got a customer come inside long this la website blue na looking sla product. Okay, product business misawe. You got business, suppose you got product, or you say selling services blue. Now products blue you mean long on passive, you may got some more than 50 plus products, all internet marketing products, where this law product in on nupla, or some Mike may explain him now this law one pla product and Zoom, yeah, me pla use him, company and Zoom. Now you may start long this la video conferencing or webinar platform. One pla company, salim this la product as well. So inside long on passive, Mipla got more than 50 products. Mipla got one kind product was same two, Mipla call him O Connect. So talk long customer or some side block volume. Suppose you got store na you open plus store lo hap kona blue na no got plati money come. But you know not salim stock blue you know not salim mol cargo blue. But you know not making money. But inside long on passive price long the slow product and make him where reasonable na plenty man only stop long using this product all by come. Also, give me example of some 300 million customer one per day. Also using this now you me using yeah webinar product there. All right, suppose I'm talk 90% of this only come inside long on passive. You can estimate him now you look some close to some 270 million man marry lo one per day ball come. Now price long product lo you me emi tamlo. Na product lo this la company call him Zoom emi anta pligli because long how only set him pay structure long. That's all time all come inside lo you mean all start long buying product na you in 300 million man marry long one per day all using this la all connect product lo you mean. You can think him that's all. How much money by enough long come inside na you na me or some founder. Customers all come inside long this la web page lo you or all start long buying product inside long store below you. You can think him how much money you can come inside. Now you me talk. You me say struggle of making money every day lo survival to every day you me say try lo making money lo survival. Now this la passing long you me two every day 12 hours. So how much days you miss how much time you miss spending lo one per day lo making money na tomorrow you me sit down can lo market. This la now. And by rousing you lo place lo market, you know not lo sit down lo place lo market now. Now you got time, you got money stuff long bank account lo you. You can keep up now. You can go now make him not something where you like building house now. You been no got time long now. You work lo struggle lo making money lo building house here. Now but you got money because this la company on passive and by giving you enough time you can start now. You can start lo building good lo house lo you, or you can put in water supply goncha lo house lo you. You can bring power goncha long up lo you. You can send him live blue, you can start send him community blue. This is la company on passive and by giving you this la dream and by helping you building dream and blue. So emi pla oklo share him lo here. O sem Mike emi share him finish lo English na mi tanim ta solo talk pisin lo helping you lo clear. So inogat narpla mi lukom say inogat narpla company emi inaplong giving me this la kind of opportunity. Plenty company all come all time lo helping all come lo wave long making business law na helping kissing you me go inside long trying to making money too. But me plus I struggle long every day trying to selling product. Now you me look at me more something automatic. You know not you hard work because internet and machine work, money work. So me by larem this la opportunity and come to you lo here now you me stop and me explain lo pigeon but me plug go back and me start lo talk long English. You me ask him question. Suppose you got question, please no can pass him. You have him handle you now. You ask him question. By you me can try explain him lo you. Me got all leadership council members all staff. Mike Ellis and one club all. Mati Digamo man me introduce me lo this la business and staff. Chris Johnson and staff. Robin and staff. And all leadership council members lo me so. He got all staff lo here. Julie Nguyen and staff. All can enough help him you long ask him or explain him la question by suppose you ask him question. Thank you lo ipla harem na mi tanim go back and long English na mi pla by talk lo here. Thank you, everyone, for just bearing with me. And I'm just trying to break it down for them to understand. But this is the opportunity, as there's never been an opportunity for me. When I found this business, it's like I was drawn to it. And it's like it's no stopping from there. So we just want to share this business and share the opportunity to every one of us here in Papua New Guinea. I know it's going to take their time. They've been struggling. A lot of us have been struggling on a day-to-day basis, but as you said, Mike, time spent on survival will now be relieved. Will now be relieved, actually. We'll actually have a breather and start doing something that we enjoy, build our passion. Thank you. I'll leave the floor open for everyone to, make comments. Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, just very, very quickly, David, you talk about the struggle that we all go through. And the struggle is really, really important, because that's half the joy that's going to come out when those struggles end. But it teaches us so many things, and it puts us in a state of gratitude. And gratitude is a really, really good place to be, keeps us humble. And with the kind of apples, the kind of money that's going to be coming in, we want to stay humble. We want to be grateful for what we have, and remember the struggle. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing.
That's true, Mike. Thank you, Mike, for that. Yes, Marty, you wanna add in? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to say something. I can't help myself. Yeah, I was thinking back. Mike and me and Mike got together maybe 10 years ago now. And like he said, 5 years before that, I've been looking for OnPassive my whole life. I didn't know that I was, but everything that as I went through this crazy journey of marketing online or affiliate marketing or email marketing, we've done it all. I've done it all with Mike, actually. And there was a time that we had many discussions. We would get into business, and you hope the business is there tomorrow. And when we get in and we're building a team, then we're thinking, and Mike would say this every day, okay, so how do we help them get where we are? Yeah, that's right. So we would try to build a small system or try to give a bridge to people that maybe don't know how to market. And it became painful, because even if you could do it, you could really not help enough people learn what you're doing. I would try to go in and teach people how to market and all that. And it took me 10 years to get what I knew. And am I going to teach somebody that in 10 minutes who works a full-time job or maybe a single parent or something like that? So OnPassive is a blessing to anybody in the world, but it was a big blessing for me, Mike and Dan, because there was a point when I found out about OnPassive that I didn't know what to do. I didn't know, I don't want to keep going, because we'd always question, we start taking off and I go, okay, what about the people behind us? What do you leave them there? Because you find yourself not telling the truth. And it wasn't deliberate. You say, come in, I'm going to help you. You want to help them, but you can't. And the reason I related to Ashley Farrar so strongly was he thought the same way in a much bigger scale. He had the resources, and it bothered him. He could build very large teams. He did very well. He made a lot of money. But as he did, everywhere he went, even before OnPassive, Ash would get to a point, max out the plan. They said, okay, now I'm going to bring everybody with me. He would spend his own money to build systems like steps for everybody behind him. And it still goes to 9%, 90% of people don't have the skills. So you're teaching them, okay, put your foot here, put your foot here, and it's just painful, because the company's not designed to help David Bakau. They're not designed to help Papua New Guinea. In fact, they don't care. They're making a profit and they don't care. Ash comes in and spins everything upside down because he doesn't have any greed. My opinion, he could be the richest man in the world in a very short amount of time. He has no desire to do that. Zero. It's bigger for him to see a country like Papua New Guinea change because of something that he might have done, which he did do, that made that difference. He would much rather have 500,000 millionaires than one guy that's worth $20 trillion. To him, it doesn't matter. He doesn't like it. He didn't like the system. He didn't like the way it went. And the reason he made OnPassive, because everywhere he looked, he would find that one part that not everybody could do. He built the company for an old woman, an old man, a fat guy, skinny, whatever. He built it for everyone. If you're in, you win. And I know a lot of people think, oh my gosh, it's AI, it's artificial intelligence, it's marketing, it's got digital products. Who cares? Who cares? If you learn nothing about the products and you plug in, you know how to take your money and put it where you want, that's all you got to know. If you want to know more, okay, go ahead. If you don't. That's the beauty of the company. That is the beauty of the company. And there'll be days all of you can fly anywhere you want. And people are going to say, so what do you do? Oh, I'm a founder of OnPassive. It would be the same as saying I'm the president of IBM. It would be the same as saying I'm the president of Amazon. It'll be the same as saying I am a major stockholder in an oil company. I'm telling you, when that name will come out, people say, oh my God, you were so lucky. No, you had a vision. You took the chance. Today's your chance. Like Mike said, the struggles of money, everybody says the money's root of all evil. No, thinking about it all the time is root of all evil for me. If I don't have to think about it, I don't want to think about money. I don't care about money. I know what it can do. And if I have enough to do what I want to do, I'm fine. And if I can help others, that to me, that's a gift of a lifetime. And everybody here, I don't care who you are, I don't care where you were, I don't care if you walk 20 miles, you getting OnPassive and your life will be changed forever. I believe that with all my heart. I wouldn't say it if I didn't believe it. That's all I got.
Wow, awesome. Thank you, Marty. Yeah. OnPassive. It's just an amazing platform that Ellis is creating. And when I realized what it can do, it just changed me. It's changed my outlook in everything. My life has just changed. Even though we have not launched, but it has changed me as a person. And having to look at what Ash has in his vision and the kind of person he is, like you said, that has kind of like rubbed off in me. And I feel for it like that. So that's how we are sharing the business. I know it's going to change a lot of our people in Papua New Guinea. And like Joe Urambari, Joe's got a whole lot of people. He stays in the village and he's brought on a lot of the whole village, and they've joined him. He's got 100 plus people in his village. That place is going to change. And he, in our webinars, many times he talks, he says they struggle to sell their cash crops like cocoa. They plant cocoa in Sipik. So they struggle to do those things, and they spend their lives doing that, and physically. And he's dreaming for a time when they can rest and not do physical work anymore, at least enjoy time somewhere now. And that is the opportunity that has come to their door. And that's why he has joined in with a lot of his people. Joe, you're online? You can share something. Come on, Joe. After that, we'll get Engineer Mike.
Hello.
Yeah, Joe, you're driving or you stationary?
No, I'm in the car. Thank you, David. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. Firstly, I would like to acknowledge, like Mahdi and Bill Williams and every our international leaders, especially they are always on our side to encourage us. I really acknowledge them. I really appreciate for all their time, maybe in the night, they have to wake up early in the night time with us, staying alive with us on the webinar. I'm so excited. As you have said, actually in Papua New Guinea, particularly in the place where I am, but in the rest of the other countries too. People, we are struggling. So far, we have been struggling very, very hard. Since we have independence, we are saying 46 independence, but since independence of Papua New Guinea, I would say we have been struggling very, very hard. Even though we don't sleep, our hands have to, get moving. Our minds have to, every day have to work 24 hours to see what we're going to do the next day. I think I've been doing all these things and we're thinking that, what are we going to do? Where would we'll be in our, maybe we don't know what heaven is going to be. We just said on the Bible says that heaven is going to be a blessed, that it's a resting place. We don't have to do anything. We just sit there and expect things as a miracle to happen. But what is it? But actually, I would say thank you to CEO S. Mufara. God has given him this wisdom to come up with this initiative and initiate this business on board for all of us globally. So we will enjoy ourselves. And to me, I'm really excited with all my founders, like Runa said, in Terraformen, when I was in Vanimo working, Terraformen, they don't have a road access at all to come up to Vanimo. They're struggling for so many years. And Runa did very well to help our brothers there. Because of struggling, they have to get on board whatever they want. They've listened to it, they know it, and said, that's the time. I do have to get on board with Runa, with OnPassive, and we'll see. It's going to deliver the service to us. It's going to be time-free, hands-free. No, this is what they've been doing, and all of us, especially like me and my team in here, we are very, very excited. But I would like to thank CEO for his time, his commitment, his effort, putting it all together to make OnPassive business that we all can benefit for our lifetime. And it's going to leave the legacy behind. And this is one thing I cannot express, but I thank God for all these things. And God will bless CEO S. Mubara and his family, and Mahdi, for you and your family, and all the leadership council who have been in there taking part to advise us what this digital world is about, and online and offline. If you do it Papua New Guinea, we don't know all about these things. It's something that is new to us. So I would like to acknowledge and thank all our global leaders for your time to encourage us to get on board with this business OnPassive. And this will make us in time freedom, financial freedom, and we don't do anything, and we'll relax and we'll enjoy our life for a short period. I'm turning 59 years, but I'm really excited. I think I'll leave the legacy behind, as Steve said, and I think God for everything, and may the Lord bless. Lord mention the name first within it's very hard for me to express, but I pray that God will take care and look after all of you, and we'll all be a big team in a family, and hope we'll meet one day. We'll visit you and you'll visit us. Thank you, David, for giving me time to talk. Thank you.
You're welcome, Joe. Thank you, Joe, for your commitment with your people there. Thank you very much for building your team and sharing the business to them there in the community. Thank you, Mike. Engineer Mike, come on.
Yeah, no, actually, I'd like to comment on what Joe had to say, David. Very, very powerful. As a community, and really, I want to congratulate Papua New Guinea, because you all have done this as a community, and you know the toils of life, as we all do, and we're not all that different. I have the same people where I'm at, Joe, that have worked all of their lives, worked very, very hard, and when you do that, your body can only hold up so long. And OnPassive is giving us the opportunity to come in and find a way forward to take care of those finances. Now, you talk about relaxing and enjoying life, and I agree, Joe, you're going to be able to do that. but it's just starting. Now you can start to rebuild up Papua New Guinea because you have the finances to take care of some of the needs that are there. And yes, you're going to be able to sit down, you'll be able to breathe and kind of relax a little bit, and then you can get back to work, because we need to bring people in and rebuild communities so they have a standard of life that we all expect and I believe deserve. And when finances isn't a problem, and Ash Mufara says this all the time, the wealth is not a problem. The wealth is there. It's just how it's distributed. And because Ash Mufara has a heart to distribute that wealth among all of us, now we have the opportunity not only to sit down and take a breath and not worry about tomorrow, but once we get to that point where we're refreshed, now we can go out and start building communities and helping people and giving them that lifestyle that they deserve. And it's funny, you know, work is a blessing. It really is. Work is absolutely a blessing. But it's also nice to have the blessing of financial independence and financial wealth, because when you can do that, now you can develop a relationship with other people and actually help them get to that place where they can sit down and breathe. OnPassive is going to do that for all of us, and we're going to be able to share that with our community, our brothers and sisters around the world. It's a really, really cool thing. Joe, you were spot on. I want you to take it a step further. Take a breath, and then we'll get back to work.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike Ellis, for that. Engineer Mike, go ahead, my brother. You can unmute.
Hello, good evening, everybody. Good evening, our
Good evening.
Leadership Council
Good
members.
evening, Mike.
Good evening from Chris Johnson, Big Brother Marty Degamo.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
We have all the Dr. Bill Williams. We also have Julie and all the other leaders like Neeraj, Lee Nakamoto. So my heart just goes to, I just want to say first thing first, my heart goes to all the founders, the leadership, the leaders in PNG who are sick, like Fred and the other ones. Our prayers is with everybody there. Now, one of our friends too, Dr. Benny, who is always with us here in this webinar, she too is sick. Our heart goes out to her as well. This family is a very big one where we don't see people. Like today, I was asking about Richard. I didn't see him. He always makes our webinar so funky. Oh, that is him. Oh, I see Richard now. Yay. Thank you, Richard. Yeah, so I just want to still talk to my people in PNG. Every time when the big people always talk, I always like to talk because maybe some of my own messages relates to them too more because I go to the interior of their locations. So I just want to thank Big Brother Mike Ellis for doing a marvelous presentation here. Just the facts, those in-depth, make us always get hope. Every day we go to a webinar, we are like, okay, am I ready for this journey? It makes us have that feeling. It makes us have that belonging. We know that we belong to something that we have to do a lot. From our CEO going down to all of us, we have projects that we have to follow. Now, I just wanted to still tell the PNG people that OnPassive is that solution to every kind of business. They say it every day. Every kind of business that you are, be it the papa they are selling kai kai in the village, they can use it for kai kai selling. The one selling coconut, ripe palms, raffia, they can use it. The women selling vegetables in Telefomin, all there in Duramin village, those women, they can use it for that. So it is for everybody to develop. The ones slashing gold in the river there, they can use that to sell their gold and all that. Again, we should know that we have the products in OnPassive. 21st century revolutionary products, never seen in the history of mankind. Number one, we have the market. our CEO is a guru for traffic driving. OnPassive is branding everybody. It will brand MikeEllis.com. It will brand ChrisJohnson.com, DavidBakau.com. It's not branding OnPassive.com. It's branding each and every one of us, members, founders of OnPassive. What are we waiting? Let's go sign up. You don't need to know anything about this business. Just go sign up and you learn how we come every day to webinars, and we learn from the big people who have been in the market for a very long while. That's the best thing that all of us should do. Take your Kina. I don't know how much Kina is it, David. How much Kina? Go sign up. How much Kina is it?
About 400 Kina.
400 Kina. Take that
400
400 Kina. Thank you. Take your 400 Kina. Sign up. And we'll walk you through every space of what is happening now. Our price too is a big help, because what is it? It's very pocket friendly. 400 Kina. For a business that you own the whole empire, you create a massive, dynasty for yourself and your family and your generations to come. It has never happened like this in life before. This is jamais vu. In French, they say, never seen. What are we still waiting? I just want to take this opportunity again to thank Runa. When I come to this webinar all the time, I talk about Runa because she is the person who brought us some perspective about I went out to do some more research to see how PNG is. So I know now the interiors and all that. She has signed up so many people from Telefomin. 28 of them already. They are trying to say, okay, the road from Vanimo to Duramin, they want to take that part. Then they will take the second part, which should be Eliptaman to Telefomin. So 28 of them are already putting themselves together, trying to do that. With the help of Obles, with us here, it will be a done deal. Robin, Chris Johnson, and myself are working together with Roner to make all these things happen. So she has already, she's trying to gather themselves, 28 of them. They want to start the one from Vanimo to Duramin, then from Eliptaman to Telefomin. Those are the two stretches. So if all of us logging into this OnPassive today, we will make it the whole of PNG. The people of the north part, the people of the south part, all of us join a house like Runa is doing, we will make it happen. Runa is a leader. She has these people, 28 of them already, founders. They are planning. She said they say, okay, no. The first part, they are taking Vanimo to Duramin before they take the Eliptaman to Telefomin. So, do you have projects? Yes, we have them. So, come, let's join together, logging into OnPassive. It is a solution to your problems, nothing more. It has never been seen before in the history of mankind. OnPassive has come, is the beacon of hope to humanity and the correction to the corruption. We know all that. People, PNG family, log in, pay that 400 Kina, let's work together. We can walk you through how to do it. And when Obless comes, all of us will be happy. Runa has already planned up her own. I want other leaders in other parts. You can contact me. Walk through Mr. David Bakau. Contact me. Let's walk your own session. Let's see how it is. Chris Johnson and Robin and I, who've worked with Rona to this level, she has her own already planned out. Other people, join us. Let's walk too and plan on your own. So that if we come into PNG, it's not only for Duramin alone or Telefomin. We will go to other places so that we make it happen for you guys. Thank you, everybody. Those who are still waiting, come log into us. We are 400 Kina. Let's make it happen. Thank you, PNG. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Engineer Mike. Yes, thank you for stepping in and assisting Runa. Runa is an example of the interiors of Papua New Guinea. Last week we heard Viola share about her part. She's on the tail part of Papua New Guinea. Runa is closer to the head, right in the center. And if you look at the map, Viola is down at the tail part. She also comes from an interior part. There's no road access. So I believe OnPassive is the way forward, and we count it as a privilege and a blessing for us, Papua New Guineans, as we join OnPassive. And we know we're working together collectively. You know, our politicians have been planning a trans highway linking Indonesia, the western part of PNG, right up at Irian Jaya, and coming in all the way. So that is going to be a possibility now with OnPassive, I can see. I know our CEO Ash is talking about building road links in Africa. Well, PNG is a shorter distance, we can cover that. So I am privileged, and
Actually,
I am so honored that we have joined OnPassive. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, actually, I just sorry, just a follow up to what you're saying. Yeah, he is not planning to do it.
Mhm.
Actually, we had the plan. We brought the project to him, and he accepted. He said that's a good project. He is not even looking now only just at the roads. The last encounter I had with him, he is telling me, hey, how about we are in the 21st century? How about having like fast running trains? So that's another thing we're looking to now to add it to the project. So it's always, I mean, he says you have to dream big, right? All the time. He says dream big, you know. So that's what we're trying to, that's what I'm working on now, to have now the fast trains and stuff. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Engineer Mike. Richard Lamont. Oh, after Richard, Tony, and then we have William, and then we have Jay Wu. Thank you.
I love all you beautiful men, women, and children of the world from the bottom of my heart, and Papua New Guinea. You are the love. You are the heart. You are the heart and the love that Ash Mufara has been talking about since the beginning. Here you are, a small little country that I didn't even know existed until I met you. And here it's a country, a small little island full of people that share. They share their love between one another. They share their food, they share their joy, they share everything. What better example can we find in this world that is better than what is going on in Papua New Guinea right now? They already had all that passion. They already had that passion towards their fellow men and women and children before Ash even thought of sharing the love worldwide. You know, it's true. Some say that money is evil. No, it's not evil. It brings food and water and homes and what is needed. That's what it brings. Now, the evil part about it is if you don't share it. Now, that's the evil part of it. But if you share it, you're blessed, because you cannot bring it with you when you die. So if you share it with people all over, you bring joy, you bring happiness, you bring children dancing in the streets, you know, because they have what they never had. You know, hospitals going up where there's none. You know, schools. Right now, these kids cannot go to school because they can't even find food for one day. Some of them. It's unbelievable that even countries like Canada and the United States, there are hundreds of thousands of people going to sleep at night on an empty stomach. It's shameful. But as Ash was saying, the money is there, but it's not being shared properly. Papua New Guinea, here you are, from cars, from with a boom box. It just shows how much love there is. That love is there. And now with OnPassive, what Ash Mufara has given us, you'll be able to even give more than what you're giving now, because you'll be able to.
Yeah.
You won't have to say, well, I don't have enough today. Hey, you'll have plenty today.
Yeah.
And that's what OnPassive is going to bring us. And I love you all. Big kiss and hug to all of you.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you.
Thank you,
Tony,
Richard.
go ahead. You can unmute.
Can you hear me, David?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, very nicely stated, Richard. That was beautiful. I really liked listening to that. I've been watching Papua New Guinea right from the beginning, David, and it's grown quite a bit. I remember when you had a few founders, now you've got a few thousand founders. I've always heard that the money is the root of all evil. Money is the root of all evil if you use it in selfish terms and you only care about yourself and you don't share it with the rest of the people. Money is a good thing when you're sharing it and you're using it for creating infrastructures and so on. Papua New Guinea has that issue where there's infrastructures that need to be built. Like I've seen some beautiful churches that have been run down on the island that need to be rebuilt, and I can see that happening. Also, money is going to give you the opportunity, because of the founding members that you have together right now, the thousands of founding members you have, with all your resources. In the near future, you'll be able to get into politics. You'll be able to become the new president of Papua New Guinea. That's what money can do. And the next generation is going to be absolutely phenomenal, and I can just see that. Also, what Mike Ellis said earlier about we're estimating at about 100 million customers within 1 year. That estimate was based on the mathematics of 100,000 founders. We have over 1 million now. So with the same math, you know what that's going to be? Over 1 billion with a B in 1 year. Okay, so OnPassive is going to be worth probably in the neighborhood of 250 billion, which is going to be a deco. What do they call it? They call it a deco.
Decagon.
Decacorn, yeah, decacorn, which is a super
Decacorn.
unicorn. Yeah, decacorn. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys grow as the times progress here. It's nice to be on again, David. I'm not always on because I'm busy, but it's great to see you, and it's great to see all of you grow. It's also nice to see how all of you just, depend on each other for survival. You really do. You come together in the group and you all depend on each other to survive. And that's absolutely amazing. That's something that a lot of us have forgotten in North America because we're so busy with day-to-day life and things have changed. Back in the 70s, I remember my family getting together every weekend. We always got together in a huge family, like huge bunches of us, and I can see that happening in Papua New Guinea, and I see it happening with you, but you don't see that today anymore. Everybody's on their phones or too busy doing whatever or working around the clock, right? But I can also see Papua New Guinea in the very short time. You're going to have so much money, you won't even know what to do with it. And 390 kina is a very small price to pay for financial freedom for the rest of your lives and for generations to come. Thank you so much, David, for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you. William,
Thank
go
you,
ahead,
Tony.
William. William Delon.
Hello, Papua New Guinea.
Hello, William.
Yeah, I just saw a blog a little earlier on, and the title was "A Big Change is Going to Happen in OnPassive." And I replied, I can say, watching the journey of OnPassive, I've been in more than a year, and very, very much appreciated is more than a journey. It shows how to use that creativity ability that all humans have. And look, Richard is part of me now with his love. Marty, Julie, Norel, with Mimi, she's showing me how to present those things to the hospitals, and creativity is coming out of everybody here. I'll leave you with that. Thank you.
Thank you, William. Yes, you're right. As we were sharing earlier on, when we have the finances in our bank accounts, that will give us a bit of time to relax and start to look at our visions and create things, because right now we're so busy trying to make money for survival. And you're right. Yeah, thank you, Jay-Woo. Go ahead, unmute, and you can speak.
Good morning and afternoon and double morning for me. It's 1:30 in the morning where I am.
Oh,
But
wow.
I'm very happy to be with my fellow founders and with my PNG family. I was listening. I always sort of like to hear what everybody's saying and sort of get a feel for how the conversation is going. And it came to my mind that for the guests that are here, PNG guests, and anyone else who's invited that's just hearing about OnPassive or on the fence, you've heard about it, and this is your first opportunity to see the community or hear them on the radio or the phone. Whether or not you make a decision or not to join OnPassive, if you live in Papua New Guinea, anywhere, you're going to benefit from OnPassive. So just know that's going to happen whether you come up with the money or not. Because of how your community is already in Papua New Guinea, because you care about each other already in Papua New Guinea. So the blessing is there. So for you, really, I think the decision should be when the blessings start to roll out, are you going to be just a receiver? Which is okay, because you're going to receive anyway. Or do you want to be a part of the ones who are doing more of the giving than in the receiving? So yes, there's a lot of problems. And Papua New Guinea isn't the only place that is impoverished like there. And the impact that OnPassive founders are going to have will not only affect Papua New Guinea. Soon it will leave your shores and it will spread out to other islands in the Pacific who are struggling from climate control and also failed government and failed projects. Do you just want to be a receiver, or do you want to be part of the movement to not only spread the wealth, but heal the nations, plural, the nations? Because that's what OnPassive is doing. And it's doing it already. You've heard the conversations about the projects, etc. The thought is what will become a reality. So even though you are not sure, your community has made it so easy for you. They'll share their dream with you if you don't have one. But everyone has a wish. If it's not a dream, it's a wish. You wish it wasn't so far to the clinic. You wish it wasn't so far, or it took so long to get help. All of those things will slowly disappear in Papua New Guinea. And you will experience it as a founder or as a native of the island. So think about a dream bigger than what you don't have, what you like to have, and think about what you could do, who you can become, who you can affect. And if you want to be more, and you've forgotten that heartfelt dream you had as a boy or as a young man or as a young woman, go dig deep and find it, because the way for you to have that is now in front of you. So the time, they say, is limited, but Ash Mufara, the CEO, he's so brilliant that there's times and times and times again, but the best time is now. So think about it, talk to the ones who invited you, know that the movement has already started and you are at the station. So you can either get on the train and take the journey, you watch the train leave, and maybe it'll come back to the station with a different cargo. We don't know, but it's a great opportunity. And I hope that you can feel that from tonight's meeting and from the conversations and the discussions, because people from all over the world are here tonight to talk to you and share their love and their passion and their desire for Papua New Guinea to be a better place, the place that it was before and better. So thanks for listening.
Thank you so much, Jewu. Thank you for your encouragement there. You're very, very right in most of the things you said. Thank you. Willow, you can unmute.
Oh,
And then
thank
we'll
you,
have Dr.
David.
Bill Williams.
You're my hero still. You know, I was thinking tonight when I come on, I wasn't going to say a word, but it's so hard. I'm like Marty, I just can't keep my mouth shut. I grew up, my father was a Native American, and we grew up with a set of values that nobody gives you anything. If you don't go out and earn it, and if you don't go out and make it yourself, they'll let you die in the street. And we were brought up that way, that we had that kind of work value. And I think what is so difficult about OnPassive, they're offering people who've had to work by the sweat of their brows all their life, and the government comes in and say, we'll do this for you, we'll do that for you. And then when the dollar comes through, it misses everybody that really needs it. So it's hard to believe that there's something out there that's going to do what it says it's going to do, that everybody is going to win, not just the biggies at the top, but those of us that'll go to flea markets to feed our kids, that grow food and make products so we can put our kids through college. You know, I had a store online, and I held it online for 5 years without 1 bit of sense and knowing how to run it, only by the seat of our pants. So what I could say to these people, all of us that have lived in poverty before and struggled to get out of it, I went to school only by the grace of God, because I worked 2 jobs. I had 5 kids, and I was raising 4 that were not mine. So I knew what poverty was, and we went from paycheck to paycheck, and we prayed a lot. And I know what community means. And David, your community is stellar. They have a heart that you just cannot hold down, but they've got to believe that there's a better way. And you've got to have the hope that there is a better way. When I met Ash, I knew it. I says, oh my God, this man is on fire. And to relay that to people that have $5 that got to spread through the whole week for their children, and they do without so they could feed their kids. I saw my father do that. He was afraid, because he was Native American, to speak up and say he never got welfare. He never got it because he was afraid. You know, he didn't want the government to look at him too much. And so I know that feeling. And to say that I wasn't doubtful when Ash come out with OnPassive, I've been through a lot, and I've worked online, and I've worked for the government, and I've worked all my life. That's all I know. We were taught you don't quit till it's over. You know, that's all there is to it. But I got something to say to your people, David. This time, this promise is going to come true. This is something they can count on. And they say, if they say to you, I don't know how to use the internet, they don't understand that they don't have to, but they will. It's coming to where, okay, the little sweet woman that we know that comes on and talks on your show, I forget her name.
Priska.
And Nancy. They come on, they've never been handed anything they didn't have to earn. And that concept is something that a lot of us don't understand. I just take it on faith because I believe in God. And I think that we've been given a God-given gift here. And I just wanted to come on and say, you're the bravest people I think I've ever encountered. The Aborigines in Australia, the Native Americans in the United States, we're all the same. We're all the same. We've been struggling, the Africans. But we've got poverty in the United States as bad as your poverty in Papua New Guinea. People just don't understand it. They don't know where it is. I know where it is. I worked in the trenches. And I'll tell you what, a lot of the people, I say, why don't you sign up? They just don't know how to have that hope, because everything they've wanted have been snatched away from them in a blink of an eye. Even their children, if they don't raise them right, the government comes in and takes them away because they can't put food on the table, but yet they won't give them jobs. So we all know that desperate fear that resides in our heart, that we can't feed our kids, that we can't take care of our mother when we see she needs medicine. But please, if you don't believe anything else I ever say to you, believe this time, your answers and your prayers are coming true. And I just want you to know I love you. And my prayers are along with yours, and we're going to be okay. Thank you, David, darling. You know I love you and Nancy.
Thank you, Willow. Yes, I value your words. You truly said it right. It's an answer to the prayers. A lot of our mothers have been praying for ages for a way out, and this is the way out. OnPassive is the way out. It's the answer. Thank you, Dr. Bill. It's good to have you here.
Hey, David. So good to see you guys. And Willow, I really take to heart a lot of what you were saying. You know, I'm cherish my Native American heritage, Cherokee background, and I'm glad to be a part of the culture. I decorated my entire dental office in Native American art, and it was something that I always cherished. As I built a new room in my office, I would always look for the things that would reflect that heritage. But you know, speaking of wealth and how this thing is going to turn out, 14% of the people in OnPassive are from the United States. You know, we might be the wealthiest country on earth right now, but we're going to be creating this OnPassive. 86% of the people live outside the United States who are in OnPassive, and that's where the standard of living is going to mostly increase, because we're all going to be getting the same amount pretty much as OnPassive grows for us, does the work for us. We're all going to get close to the same amount, those people who come in. And, you know, a dollar goes a distance to the US. It's going to go a lot further in India, Papua New Guinea, down in Haiti. Countries that are impoverished are going to have a huge, huge increase in the per capita income. It's going to transform whole countries. So that's exciting that we can look forward to that. That it's not going to just go to the people who already have the money. It's going to go to the people who basically never had the money. You know, I look through who's in OnPassive and where they come from. Most of the people that I see that are doing well are immigrants that have come from poorer places, and they have seen the value of OnPassive, and they have enrolled people back home. They might have moved to the US or Canada or Australia or Europe, but they are building their teams back home. And that's exciting to me, that this is going to be a great distribution of wealth, that we're going to do it naturally, not forced by government. You know, that's evil for a government to force distribution of wealth, but we're going to be doing it voluntarily. One of the things I want to say, David, is that almost everything that can be said has been said in OnPassive, because we've been trying to figure it out for 3 years. And we've been talking about the launch for 2 years. And so everything that can be said has been said. And so one thing I started to do was look back and say, yeah, we said things a year or two ago, but by then there weren't but 10,000, 15,000, 60,000 people in. They didn't hear what we told them. And so I started going back through the archives of what I said early on. And I said, these new people that have come in, the last 300,000-400,000, they need to hear it too. And so I started looking at what I call my best of the best concepts, and the paradigm shift that is OnPassive, things like the dynasty concept and the family legacy concept. We have to reinstall the message to the new people so that they have an equal identity with the people that have been in for 2 or 3 years. But the exciting part to me is that there's new voices now that are repeating these messages. And it's not just the same old guys from the past. It's like new people come up every week and they're becoming the stars. And as we start to look at what Ash is planning to do, he's going to be electing a new leadership council coming in October 31st, he says. So we'll have even more new stars to be above us and lead us. And the stars of OnPassive will continue to increase. So that's the word I wanted to share tonight is dig into your best messages and make sure that the new generation that comes on, or that's been coming on for the last 3 or 4 months, gets to be echoing that same information. Thanks for having us over.
Thank you, Dr. Bill. Thank you for joining us at this time. Thank you so much. Rona, you on? You want to unmute and speak?
Good afternoon, everyone, all the LC leaders, global and PNG. Thank you. David, I have a father. I speak both English and Pidgin. Okay, Migat Papa, 2 days ago, he resisted, and he's now sitting here with me. So his name is Lemek Texon, and is the leader of Telephomin people. So he's going to say what in his heart to all of us and all of you. Thank you. I'll give it to him.
Thank you, Rona. Thank you for bringing him on. Lemek, good
Yes.
afternoon, Loyu.
Abinun.
Abinun. Avinon,
now.
Uruna, and Piginini Blomi, 1975, me Plexim independent, long I Blomi yet, missing sing long independent. It coming up now, and no gas service inside long transforming district. Also, na me find him says, it come stab long octedi mine, 21 years blooming now. Me how much long OnPassive or reform na ore talk long and me how much na me like in this black and service mas ego bacon no bless bloome na bring him ego bacon long transforming district. Along here, ego long transforming 85 kilometer. Me bless I walk about. Me bless I find him service na ikam stab long here. Also na me like him beginning make him walk. Me sabe give him bell long or beginning Mary. Because or beginning Mary or sabe sta want more papa mama. Or sem na me like him walk and make him long and emas karim keke na servicing people blood reforming. Taso long talk thank you blomigo bacon long OnPassive na Papua New Guinea. Taso thank you.
Thank you, Lemek. Lemek has just Lemek is a leader in Telefomin district where Runai comes from. What he's saying there is that since independence in 1975, Telefomin has been a district that has been cut off from services, mainly road access. So he has been looking for ways to be able to deliver services. And in his pursuit, he has come down to Oktedi. Oktedi is in the Western province, and that is a big gold copper mine there. So he's migrated to Oktedi to just purely work and try to bring some services back to his people in Telefomin. Now they walk 85 kilometers. There's no road access, so they walk through the bush tracks to get to the mine site. And he's now very happy that OnPassive has come, and he has now joined as a founder. And he's so thankful to Runa, and he's so thankful to the company OnPassive. It's given him that hope. He will now go back to the village, go back to the district in Telefomin and bring services into Telefomin. That's basically what he has shared with us. Thank you, Lemek. Thank you, Runa, for getting our father on. Thank you very much for doing your job there and sharing the business to them in Telefomin. Thank you. Now have Robin. Robin, please unmute and you can speak.
Thank you, David. Me and Mama's through long step one time Yupla. We talk something very important now. 400 kina is a lot of money. And we, as founders around the world, do not fully understand how much strength, how much work it has taken for each one of you as a founder in PNG to have this money, to save this money, to join this company under the leadership of David and the other leaders whom he has brought in. There is nothing that we can say from outside of PNG to tell you how you live, what you need, how to do it. You live it every day, and you have lived it for many, many years. You, the people of PNG, the founders of PNG, are the example to the rest of us. The fact that you believe in OnPassive, the fact that you understand the value, the fact that you have leadership who are showing you how to do this properly and share with your communities and your families to help each other. This is the example that you are bringing to the rest of the founders around the world. The respect that you have for each other, the diligence that you do together, the integrity that you maintain with each other is something that we should be learning and taking to heart from all of you. Thank you for your example. Thank you for who you all are and how you do everything to show us the way it needs to be done. Laikim na respect blang mipla I bikla tumas long yupla. Thank you, David. Thank you, PNG.
Wow, Robin. Wow, Robin. Thank you. You're speaking so well in Pidgin now.
Robin.
Wow.
Yes, Mipla like him, you na respect belum Mipla stop one time you too.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Robin.
Thank you so much. Oh well.
Not inviting her back on. Just kidding.
Julie, come on, Julie, unmute, you can speak.
I can't follow what Robin had said, but I wanted to be here to say thank you for the founders that were coming into OnPassive in 2018. And I wanted to say thank you to Marty, Dan, Mike, and then you had introduced it to David. Because of what you are doing right now, giving us an opportunity to be here, to stand here and hear your story and get to walk a little bit of the shoes that you are walking every single day, the life that you have living. And I just wanted to send my appreciation to Marty, Dan, and Mike. And then my hat off to you, David, and the entire Papua New Guinea leaders, Runa, Fred, Daniel, many, many, many people that I cannot name. You have inspired all of us. When we go to Papua New Guinea, we wanted to hear your story. We wanted to hear the stories that can help us to inspire by what you are doing. Because I do know, I do understand the fact that it takes you a lot of time, a lot of energy, and many people that work together. I mean, I honestly received support questions and stuff from other countries, a lot more. I've only received one in Papua New Guinea. They have handled everything in the house. And I just wanted to say, I appreciate you for taking the leadership role. I appreciate you and your entire Papua New Guinea team to be able to take care of that. Honestly, without Marty, Dan, and Mike, we wouldn't have a chance to sit here. And without you, David, accepting the opportunity from them, we wouldn't be able to be here. So I just wanted to send my gratitude to the trio and to the leaders of Papua New Guinea. And I thank you because you have inspired not only me, myself, but over 150 of us sitting here and the entire community of OnPassive. So my hat off to you and my appreciation to Marty, Dan, and Mike, and also for your leadership as well, David. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Julie. We appreciate you. Thank you for that. You know, I can't say enough, but I just appreciate my big brother from another mother, Matthew. When I was looking, I was desperate at the time. So when I was looking and I went online and we just had a few minutes of chat on Facebook, and I said, what do you do? What do you do? You know, the three of them, they call them the leverage kings. So I was like, leverage, it resonated with me because I did MLM and leveraging. We do business by leveraging. So, and he said that the title is Leverage King. So that's like, oh yeah, they must be good at it. So Anyway, when I inquired and Martin asked me for my email, I gave it to him without realizing that this is the place that I'll be now. And I really appreciate it's God sent, and I believe that. So thank you, Marty. I appreciate you. Thank you, Mike, and thank you, Dan. Cedric, my brother, come on, unmute.
How you doing, David? It's always a pleasure and a joy to be here, man. First off, I want to say peace and blessing to all the sick and shut-ins that's not here. Mike, it's a pleasure always hearing you. You are the main reason. I mean, Fred, may he rest in peace. He brought me in, but you sealed the deal for me because I listen to you all the time, and I love it when you was always saying, you know, we're gonna force you to be successful. And the volume, I love it when you kept saying that. The volume will keep coming in. So you sealed the deal for me getting in OnPassive. But just wanted to say that to you. And it's always a pleasure. It's inspiring being here. The energy that's in PNG is outstanding. You know, I try to get people here, but you know, I can't get people to get 12 noons, but let alone the midnight. But it's all good. I got their back. But it's a joy. It's like I can't get enough of OnPassive. My heart been smiling ever since I joined. My heart smiles more than my mouth. But it's just a joy being a part of OnPassive. And I don't know if anyone of y'all know of a hardware store named True Value. Well, we got a hardware store called True Value, and in that store, you know, that got the right name for OnPassive. What I'm trying to say, OnPassive is the True Value because, you know, look at this. I say it all the time. This is a blessing that's come true for me. You know, like Marty, I've been looking for Ash for all my life ever since I started working. You know, someone said, I think Miss Willow said, you know, it was I've been looking for this as a blessing to be a part of OnPassive because it got to be a better way. You know, don't have to worry about a 9 to 5, worrying about paycheck to paycheck. And like you said, Marty, I agree with what you said. You know, it's the evil. You know, the root of all evil is money. You know, is just thinking about it. And like my good comedian actor Chris Rock said, it's not about the wealth. It's about our options, and that's what I love about it. We got the options. We all have the options to do whatever we want to do. You know, and Chris, that angel. Dr. Derrick always call you the general. Yeah, you the general. I'm waiting on that, you know. So we're gonna be able to help so many people in this country. That's a joy in itself. And Ash Mafar, can't thank him enough. I'll be thanking him to my last breath. You know, he has our heart and our best interests at heart. You know, I worked for a lot of companies in my life and it didn't have no Ash Mafar. You know, that was the difference. Never won no handout, but you know, it's a pleasure. We ain't got to, you know, worry or be concerned about retirement because a lot of people retire, in my opinion, and they want to retire, but then again they got to go back to work. So OnPassive gives us a second win. I know for me it gives me a second win. It totally stops me from running in place. So I always go to my favorite quote my grandmother left me with. Before I tell you something wrong, I won't tell you nothing at all. Just get in. You can't lose. There's no risk to that. There's no risk at all getting in OnPassive. The only risk is not getting in, you know. So I'm gonna leave it there. Peace and blessing to everyone. Love you all.
Thank you, Cedric. Yes. The only risk is if you don't get in. That's the only risk. All right, we've come to the full hour, and I'd like Mike Ellis to round it up with any few last words you want to share. Please go ahead and share, and we'll close off the meeting. I don't want to keep you up all night.
No, actually I'm wide awake now. I probably won't sleep tonight. You know, you come to Papua New Guinea, you get excited about OnPassive all over again. But yeah, a couple of things I want to say, David. You know, we hear a lot of the dreams and aspirations and those plans that we're going to do as OnPassive launches to the world, and they're all good. They really are. But for the new people that are here from Papua New Guinea, I want you to think about filling your own pockets first, because that's what OnPassive is going to do. They're going to give us the ability to fill those financial needs that we have. And when you think about OnPassive, yes, I want you to dream and dream very, very big, but I want you to focus on taking care of yourself first, your family and your community, because OnPassive is going to give us all the ability to take care of ourselves, to take care of our family. And then as I think about Papua New Guinea and David, Papua New Guinea is not David's people. Papua New Guinea is my people. These are our brothers and sisters around the world. And even though they're on the other side of the world, it doesn't matter. We're one people. Papua New Guinea, they're my people, guys. So you guys are doing a great job, David. Fill your own pockets first, and then let's dream, and we'll do those other things. So that's it, David. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Yes, we love you all. We embrace your words, and we look forward to the time when we will be able to meet in person. And you come here, and I'll take you to some great diving spots. We'll take a boat out and put a scuba diving gear on and get down. So yeah, we look forward to seeing you all. And I just want to translate into Pidgin. Yumi or Papua New Guinea, Yumi Harem Pinis, Planti Blomipla or share, Mike Emi Tok Planti long business. Now, one of something business can make him life. Do you suppose you nupla? Not so you come inside now you long staparem, you know, come up founder member yet. Do and bypass close to. You know, say Mipla forcing you, Mipla no like lo forcing you. Mipla giving you this la opportunity or chance lo you long. Look him na scale him na harem na you yet you make him up choice lo you. You may already got one choices lo life lo you like him, you join him. You no like him, am alright. That's all Osem willow emitoka blessing and by come planted lo imi by kissing blessing. This la company emi open road lo yumi lo you got different options now. Now you make all options lo you can decide. You can scale him thinking na you can behind him one him can road you like along him. But business MOSM emi internet technology company na you know not making one plow walk. You pay him the registration fee below you and first road below you long contract. You secure him position below you. Then all right, by me pay him this la activation fee or one plus time that's all you pay him. Activation fee by sanap namel on $200 to $300 close to or 7 plus 800 kina or 900 kina behind. But first you must pay him 400 below you or 390 kina yeah. And below securing position below you or some founder. Founder position and one position by you know not find him long narpla company. This la emotion one kind company and give him you this la road or opportunity or kind of some micro clock behind this la founder position below you and by you by Michael Mati and me share or some this la founder position below you and by you some one big plus shareholder in one big plus company behind bo look sour this la company some OnPassive. That's all by looks out some you position you some founder and you some major shareholder in one big corporation or some ExxonMobil or one more big company stuff. So this la position and by no stop long time. Though I pass now, I mean me reaching 1 million founder pinis na close to time by do pass. Na time me go launch this la company lo world now and by no got more this la founder position. So legally up time left. You come now na you harem na you like join please no can wasting time you miss that toka 400 kina ya lo yumi pani mata so 400 kina value blang big plamo by you kisim in chalos la company. So me encourage him you no can sit down na you thinking again pasimay na come inside mipla planting mipla stop close to 7,000 founders mipla stop in chala Papua New Guinea mipla pasimay na come inside finish mipla like sharing this la business one time you too. So no can sit down lo fence now you thinking you just come in such a bien okay you find out suppose you less money mipla can refund him back company by refunding back and islam money lo you 100% guaranteed Sen baino nat lusin. Sabas Julius, you can kiss him back and restoration fee blade. Thank you long Harem Pla. Thank you long Olgata Yupla come inside lo desla time. Thank you everyone for joining us. And I really appreciate your time here with us. I'd like everyone to unmute and we can say bye-bye, look him you, like him you, na look him you lo narpla time gen blow you me.
Thank you, David.
Good night.
Y'all later.
Have a good night,
Good
everybody.
night, everyone. Bye. Jay, 3.5.
Thank you.
Goodbye. Good evening.
Good night.
David.
Thank you, everyone.
You killed her.
Bye-bye, Chris Big Head.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, David. Bye-bye.
Good night.
I'll see you.
Bye.
Bye, Papa New Guinea.